Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Captain America Civil War Funko Pop 4-pack, which is the only way you can get this new Spider-Man pop. See, when Disney and Sony decided to reach an agreement to share the character, there was a lot of legal hibbity-dibbity-bibbity-swibbity about licensing. And one of the things that they stipulated was that Spider-Man can't be sold individually as a character, he has to be sold in a set. So like the Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure is being sold in a 3-pack with Iron Man and Captain America. And this Spider-Man pop is being sold in this 4-pack. And I'm really excited to check this out. So enough of all that jibber jabber, let's review this. First, here's a quick look at the packaging, which is the exact same height as your average pop box, just obviously longer. And then, mine, the box is all dinged up. The dude at GameStop was nice enough to give me a heads up, like, hey, we got it, but the box showed up all damaged in the mail. But, you know me, if you've seen my channel, you know that I don't really care about the condition of boxes, just the condition of pops. And whether they can stand or not. Oh man, Hawkeye's foot is so uneven. Yep, my Hawkeye's feet are real uneven. There's his left foot all flat, and then here's his right foot laying flat, and then there's the wobble that you get. For this review, I'm just going to jam this little piece of wire underneath his foot, and that kind of, holds him up. But man, that aside, just look at this figure's design. They did a great job with his outfit. I'm a pretty big fan of his look in Civil War. Now, in the film, it is a very dark purple. I think this pop exaggerates just how purple it reads, but I don't care because I like the overall design of it. Some of it's blocked by his arm and bow, but the actual design of the costume, those gray panels, all the little sections of different little panels and details on here, just great. First of all, look, there's black, dark gray, light gray, and purple, and the separation between all the colors is so clean. You just see it on the boots, on the legs, and then the sculpting of all the details. The straps, the buckles, the little knife and the gun holster on the side there. You can see the quiver is really well sculpted, and you use the two different color grays, the black and gray on his belt. Separations are really good. It's all really clean, and I like the pose he's in. Even the arrow and the bow looks good, even though the arrow is a little bent. But look, you can see the separation between his two fingers there. It's really, really cool sculpting. I think it just turned out great. As a fan of his new costume, I dig this pop. Now, his head is the same head that we have from the Age of Ultron version of him. It's the same hair. But I do dig that style. I think they did a great job sculpting it. The little lines in the hair look good. The way the hair swoops up in the front looks good. All in all, as a pop that's representing Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, I think this looks freaking great. Although I should mention one thing. The pop's got this little paint smear right there by his nose. It looks like he's got a little runny nose, and then he wiped it and didn't clean it up. Next, we have the crown jewel of this collection, Spider-Man. And first of all, I just dig the pose he's in. We've had a lot of Spider-Mans in the past who's just kind of standing there, but I like the slanted leg pose. Obviously, I like the little thwip hand. And then it's awesome that they included Captain America's shield. Now, Captain America pops in the past have had the removable shield, so it's really easy, and it makes a lot of sense on Funko's part, to make a Spider-Man pop that you can display regular style, or to include the attachable shield. They already have attachable shields for Cap, so this just makes sense. And it's a nice touch because it's such a big moment from the movie. It was featured in the trailers. But let's look at this pop because I think they did a great job sculpting his head. I like the little webbing lines sculpted in there because they didn't really pop out too big on his mask. So I like that they're there, but they're not dark black. The black and white's pretty good on his eyes. I like the sculpt. Now mine's got like a scratch in there, but it is what it is. It's not too drastic. A little bit of white paint can fix that. But this head looks good, and I think they did a great job depicting his eyeball area. It really does look how it does in the movie. And then you get to his outfit here, and it looks freaking great. First of all, the reds and the blues really pop. It's a really, I said pop, and it's a pop, get it? But the red and blue colors are really strong. And I think the black paint's pretty decent as far as the separation on the shoulders and the boots. Nothing too gloppy or messy. It's a little faded in some areas, but generally speaking, the black lines are pretty good. I do have a little red smear there on the leg, but that's no big deal. The little spider on his chest looks great. It's tiny and well defined. The one on the back looks good too, but I'm really happy with the colors and the color separation on this. And then the pose itself is really cool, and I like that you can see the little webbing, the web shooters, and the silver paint there is pretty good. This is a cool pose. This looks cool. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. Like, as a fan of this, as the character, I love it. Oh, and then by the way, there's this little keychain and this little keychain. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Just kidding. I'm just really not that enthusiastic about these. Like, nothing against them. I just don't really care about little pop keychains. But it does look cool. Like, the use of gold and silver paint against the red on his head looks good. And considering how tiny this is, the amount of little tiny paint details for the gray and the gold on the body is very well painted. And it does have a good little sculpt that you can tell even at this size. Yeah, that's totally Iron Man. And the Captain one looks good too. Like, again, look at the red and the little white gray on his stomach. It's really well defined. Like, they know what they're doing over at Funko as far as these paint jobs. This is a good paint job. My only thing about keychains is, like, if you actually put them on your keys are going to scratch and damage the crap out of this. And I don't want to see that, so whatever. But this still looks cool. Hell, they even include the paint of his hair on the back. There's this little tiny thing that's, like, almost the size of my thumb. So there is really strong paint going on in here. Like, that is cool. And I may complain about the keychains. Not complain. I may lack enthusiasm for them, but I can't deny this looks cool. Now, both of these Pop's feet are sculpted in action poses, which can throw off the weight distribution a little bit, which is why having flat feet is so important. Like, Hawkeye is a great example. Had Hawkeye been sculpted with his feet kind of equidistant apart from the center of the body, that rocking foot wouldn't have made that much of a difference. But the fact that one foot is so far forward, one's back, and one is off center, if the balance of the figure is off, it really does affect it. So, yeah, I had a similar problem with my Bruce Lee figure. If you saw that review, that was quite a problem. But what's not a problem is the value of this set. This set me back 30 bucks at GameStop. 30 bucks for all 4 of these. And, you know, if you take the value of, let's say your average Pop costs about 10 bucks. Sometimes you can find it for 8 or 9, sometimes 11 or 12. But let's just go with 10 for this review. 10 bucks for this, 10 bucks for that. It's 20 bucks, 5 bucks each for the keychains. $30 for all 4 of these is pretty awesome. And Hawkeye looks great, and Spiderman looks awesome, but I'm really happy with how cool Hawkeye looks. I love all 4 of these. Surprisingly, as someone who's not enthused by keychains, I like these. This is a cool set. I dig this. So thanks for watching, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to me on this channel, yada yada yada, bye.